Senior Washington correspondent Dan Raviv. Dan, thanks. Well, it is safe to say many Democrats in Washington seem practically hell-bent on getting their hands on President Trump's tax returns. It's been an issue since before Trump was elected to office.
Yes, and he has refused to release them, saying they're still being audited. Let's bring in now Spencer Critchley, Democratic strategist and a former communications advisor to Obama for America, and Jennifer Breeden, president of Breeden Law International. Welcome to you both. Jennifer, I'll start with you and Attorney General William Barr's suspicion that the Trump campaign was spied on. He's investigating the investigation, which is exactly what President Trump wants.
Absolutely. I mean, I think that's what the American people want as well. That's what Congress wants, because we're looking at, if this is true, then we're looking at a surveillance act. We're looking at an overarching surveillance propaganda campaign that was laced not because of proper evidence, not because of substantial evidence, but purely and 100% based on political motivations, political strategies, just to undermine a political opponent. So this would be highly inappropriate. It's something that needs to be addressed and needs to be investigated. And I'm glad that this has now come to light.
Spencer, the question, though, is if there was spying by the FBI on the Trump campaign and that's what started the Russia investigation, then wouldn't that be an abuse of power?
This comment by Attorney General Barr, unless he has dramatic new information, and he said today that he does not have new information, is deeply, deeply irresponsible and really amounts to a swift boating of the FBI. Unfortunately, this is nothing new. It's just terribly disappointing to see an Attorney General of the United States doing something that we associate with sleazy political campaigns. This salt-the-earth strategy of attacking the institutions of our democracy in order to protect the self-interest of one man, President Trump, is just unconscionable. And I hope he has something to back up what he said today, because if he doesn't, as I say, just deeply irresponsible.
Turning now to the president's tax returns, Jennifer, there's no law that says he has to release his tax returns, but it is customary.
It is customary. I mean, it's customary. It's also in the code there that all presidents are going to be under audit. President and Vice President of the United States, they're under audit. So, I mean, they can be released. It's customary that they be released once that audit has taken place and has expired. So, again, we don't have any details. That's private information. It's confidential. But this is up to Donald Trump himself. So, it's about it's not so much about a president trying to protect or take care of himself, like some have stated. This is about what the laws of the United States are and making sure that we protect all civilians, all citizens of the United States from overreaches and overarching in the law just based on political opposition to that person, regardless of whether it's the president or, Joe Smith down the street. So this is important that he maintain that he maintain the rule of law, and following that, just to ensure that we're not going to do things improperly just to appease a lot of the Democrats, really, that would do anything to see Donald Trump fail and would do anything to find any other information that they can to continue investigations that, again, have shown no results or no evidence of collusion or guilt.
But, Spencer, there is some reasoning underneath all this. I mean, yes, the Democrats want to see President Trump's tax returns, and they're demanding it. But many say they want to see it where his business interest lies. If there's a conflict of interest with his private income and his presidency, I mean, that's a legitimate concern.
It's
absolutely, and that's the way we should decide questions. That's the way we should decide questions like this is, of course, it's easy to say that it's in the interest of one political party or the other, but the way the public should decide is there an overriding public interest? And there obviously is in any president releasing their tax returns, sure, which is why they all do. Let's also bear in mind that President Trump's case is based on a lie. The audit means nothing, even if he is under audit. Every president is under audit, as was just mentioned, right, every year. And
let's get Jennifer in here, though.
There is no such restriction.
Let's get Jennifer in on this, though. Jennifer, you wanted to jump in.
Well, I did, just to say that, we do always have an interest to see these kinds of things, to see what ties are there. I think it's kind of a It's a differentiation, it's a distinction between, are you doing this only to find any kind of minuscule thing you can do to perpetuate a never-ending investigation or accusations against the acting president of the United States, or is just simply trying to follow with protocol? And I think in this case right here, as we're waiting for the Mueller report to be released, that come forward. So it is important, yes, but I think we also are going to wait and to see what the Treasury Department says about this, what the IRS says, and others.
All right. Spencer Critchley, Democratic strategist, Jennifer Breeden, president of Breeden Law International. Thanks to you both.